we never know when it actually goes live. So it's telling us that it's live now. So if you guys are watching, say hello in the comments. Let us know that you guys can hear us, both on the Facebook Live and also in YouTube, on the YouTube Live. So we are just gonna check. I know that there's always a bit of a delay. Live, so it's telling us that it's live now. I think it is. So, okay, so I see us on YouTube, so I'm pretty sure we're live. Hey everyone, good to have you guys here today. I'm just gonna check into the Facebook page to make sure that we are also live there. But yeah, if you guys are joining us, let us know that you guys can hear us. Just say hello in the comments. That's all we ask, and just so that you can, we do know that the microphone works and the video works, and we're all set. So awesome. Hey Pat, hey Patricia, good to have you join us here today. Guys, this is a new face joining us. It's not Patty. So Patty is, where's Patty? I think he's in Phoenix.
Yeah, he went down to Arizona to see the opera singer.
Opera singer and the Grand Canyon, I heard. So
Hi,
Patty. Hey Patty, if you're watching, hope you're doing well. I'm sure that you're gonna show us pictures when you get back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have Emily today. So Emily, tell everyone who you are, what you do at Thinkific.
Okay, sure. So I'm Emily. So I joined Thinkific as part of the marketing team. So I work in digital marketing, and I also do a lot of work with our partners and that sort of our network. I came from a fitness industry background, which is actually why I'm super interested in this, because I spent a lot of time teaching and coaching and helping people achieve their goals. And there's a ton of parallels in between that and online courses and helping people, again, achieve some sort of transformation, not always necessarily fitness-based.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's how I kind of ended up at Thinkific, super passionate about entrepreneurship, empowering people through entrepreneurship and education. So it seemed like a natural fit.
Awesome.
I was talking to a mentor of mine when I was kind of at the point where I was looking for my next opportunity, and I was telling him about how I'm so passionate about entrepreneurship and education, and I don't know where I'm going to end up. And he literally was like, Emily, you need to stop right now and go work at Thinkific. And I was like, okay.
Perfect.
And the rest is history.
Awesome. So glad that he told you to do that. It's been such an amazing addition to our team, on the marketing team. Maybe tell people what you actually do here at Thinkific.
Hey, I'm like, what do I actually do?
What do you? No, I'm just joking.
Are you asking to clarify for yourself, Rob?
I'm actually really unclear what you do. No, I'm just joking.
So a big part of what I do is digital marketing and partnerships, like I said. So I'm working a lot on finding our opportunities for 2019 right now. So looking at different events and opportunities to connect with course creators and people like yourselves, and how we can become part of your course creation journey. I also do a lot of work with our partners, so getting in front of different audiences and spreading the word about Thinkific, because we believe there's so many people out there who should be course creators that don't even know how to get started or that that's an option for them. And so it's about how do we get in front of those people and teach them a little bit more about the potential they have. Potential of
online courses. So fantastic. So we're super excited to have you join us today. So me and Emily actually just got off a webinar with Linda Reed out of Australia, and so super excited for her and what's happening over in Australia. There's a ton of course creators over there.
So many.
They're having tons of meetups. They've already got quite a few planned for 2019. So that's awesome. Thanks, Linda, for having us on there if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. So guys, today it's all about you guys. If you guys have any questions, typically we'll have a guest, we'll have a course creator or an expert or an influencer that uses Thinkific. But today on Mondays, we typically don't, because we want to just answer any questions you guys have. And so I'd love for you guys to take this opportunity. We've got a ton of questions that have been dropped into Facebook comments and YouTube comments. But if you guys have any questions in the live, let us know. We'll answer them for you. So you want to dive in?
Sure, let's do it. There's been some good questions that came up before we got started, so we can kind of get started there. One of the questions that was asked is kind of what a general approach to testing and prioritizing marketing opportunities or channels. Like, how do you consider things like paid or organic channels or things like our Facebook community? And that's a question coming from Tom. Tom, that's an awesome question, and I know we were excited to dive into that one. the key thing that I think I wanted to touch on with this question was like, how do we prioritize marketing opportunities or channels? And then chatting about this Facebook group. So obviously our course creators Facebook group is incredible. It's a wonderful community. Well, I think a clear distinction here is that that's not a marketing channel for us. Yeah, maybe you can talk a little bit more. Obviously, everybody out there in the channel, you know Rob. So I thought, who's better to talk about it than Rob?
So, as far as the Facebook group, just picking that one particular channel, it's not really a marketing channel for us. We're not looking to get, per se, new users, right? So let's say that's how we measure it. We're not looking to get new users out of the Facebook group. That's a group for community. So we've created that space for course creators to come together, share ideas, ask questions, and just be accountable to each other in some ways, and just create community for the course creators that are using Thinkific, that are thinking of using Thinkific. And it's not a place where we're like, hey, like how many users are we getting out of this particular channel? So so I don't know if that kind of partly answers your question. There's obviously other channels, Facebook ads or, ad buys, where that's heavily measured because the results are like how many users, how many eyes are we getting onto Thinkific for those channels specifically.
I think when you're considering your course and you're looking at the best way to reach your audience, right? You're thinking like, how do I reach the most students or get my message out there? I think the key is to really understand where your students are, right? So if you're doing a course that's all about professional development and that kind of thing, then I would maybe focus on a community like LinkedIn or those kind of networks. So when we're evaluating opportunities, or if I was going to be marketing an online course, and how would I evaluate that? Obviously, I would gravitate towards things that are free and organic. So inserting yourself into those communities, starting to offer your messaging, just piping up and becoming part of the conversation and getting yourself seen as a thought leader doesn't necessarily need to cost you a lot of money, but can pay off a lot in the long run. And then if you are going to do the paid ones, in my experience with ads and that kind of thing, be prepared to be a little bit more patient, because it's not always like a right away payoff. Right? Sometimes it takes consistency to really see the results that you're looking for. So if you can afford that and afford the consistency to have a continual ad budget, that's not a bad idea. But anytime you can find those kind of free, paid, organic opportunities to share your message, become a thought leader, pipe up, participate in a community, that's kind of where I would definitely gravitate as a course creator.
Fantastic. Yeah. So we have a blog post. I think we'll share it in the comments. It's just, if you guys want some inspiration on different ways to market your online courses, there's a blog post, I think. I'll look it up, but it's like 55 different ways that you can actually market your online courses. So a lot of them are free. Obviously it just takes a little bit of time. Building community, that takes a little bit of time and investment, not necessarily any cost really, all the way up to like paid ads and Facebook ads and all that stuff. So hopefully that answers your question. Yeah,
that's a really comprehensive guide. So definitely go check it out if you haven't already.
Awesome. There's a question here in the YouTube Live. So Pat Rock, she's asking, walk us through setting up a mini paid membership site. How can Thinkific house the YouTube and Zoom recordings as well? And are you leaving it all up on YouTube? Best way to multi-purpose the content.
That's a great question.
Yeah, really good question. So I'm just trying to understand. So so you can create a paid membership, obviously, like with Thinkific. You can integrate with Stripe, which allows you to accept subscription payments. So if it's a membership site, typically it will be like a membership, recurring subscription payment. So you can do that with Thinkific really easily. You can obviously then upload recordings. So right now we're using, for example, this YouTube Live and this Facebook Live. We're doing this through Zoom. So Zoom is a tool where you can do webinars and things like that. So we are recording this. So if we wanted to, we can actually take the recording of this video and then upload it to our Thinkific site. So if anyone wants to watch a replay inside my membership, they can do so really easily. So that's probably the easiest way to do that.
That kind of ties into another question we had actually that was asking about how to sell downloadables under a membership. So a lot of people have questions about membership sites and things like that. And the cool thing is our membership sites are super customizable. So you can include whatever you'd like. So if you want to include your videos or you want to have selling downloadables under your membership, you can definitely do that. So A lot of our people will use, or course creators will use the membership site to add additional content, have PDF downloads, have exclusive video content. It's totally up to you as the course creator and the membership site admin, what you're going to include and how you're going to present that to your audience.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm just.
Thanks more for that question, by the way.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm just sharing the link to the 55 different ways that you can market your courses. Let's see here. Hector had a question here, but I think it's more of a comment that just one of our competitors increased their price. Yeah, so that's thanks for the comment. Yeah, if you guys have any other questions, definitely drop them in the comments here.
One question came from Debbie. She said, for some of the courses I'm building, I'd like my learners to be able to dip in and out and revisit lessons as they need them. Do you have any tips for setting the course up to suit this type of learning best? Mm-hmm. That's a really great question, Debbie, and it really depends on your content. So in Thinkific, you have the ability to set lessons as prerequisite, mm-hmm. which is a really great way to ensure your students go through your content in order. Now, if that's not what you're looking for, you don't have to use them as prerequisites, and you can remove that, allowing students to access any of your content at any time. The other thing, I think once you set it as a prerequisite, once they've met the requirements and gone through an order, then they can go back and revisit. Mm-hmm. We actually did a really interesting interview. Our CEO, Greg, did an interview with somebody named Chandler Bolt, who's mm-hmm. a good friend of Thinkific's. Mm-hmm. And he had a really great point that actually he talked about a lot about student success and how to make your students successful and how to engage your students with your content. Mm-hmm. And one of the things Chandler is a big fan of is actually encouraging your students to leave your course content and to actually go practice what they're learning and then come back once they've done that. Right. It's a pretty classic thing. Like in school, when you're a kid, you learn something and then they give you an assignment, you go do it, you come back and you discuss it. And sometimes that can get lost in online education, right? It's like, just like you can go and binge a Netflix series, you can go binge an online course, right? And just go through all the lessons and modules. But the problem with doing that is you have a hard time retaining all of that information. And so I really love this question, Debbie, because by encouraging your students to actually leave and give them the opportunity to go to apply what they've learned, you're really doing them a great service and ensuring that they'll be successful and in achieving the transformation that you're encouraging. So awesome question. And definitely different ways to set it up. I would actually say that in your video lesson. So if you have a video, you say, okay, so at this point now, what I want you to do is go and take 5 minutes and teach this to somebody else, and then don't come back until you've done that. And then to reiterate that, when you start the next video, you might say, I hope you've gone and taught somebody this. If you haven't, don't watch this video. It sounds a little bit silly, but it is a really effective way for students to think, okay, you know what? I really got to go do this. Yep. And it's something that we've talked about with a few course creators who have tried it and had some great success.
Yep. No, fantastic.
So fantastic. I think you've shared.
I've shared this one. I think there's another one, but yeah, I shared one of the videos with Chandler Bolt awesome. On our YouTube channel.
Cool. Well. Yeah. Go check out that interview. Not now. Hang out with us first.
Yeah. Check it later. It's not ready yet. No.
Yeah, but it is a good interview to check out for sure.
Yeah, definitely check that out. Awesome. Okay, I'm just gonna go through and see any other questions there. Did I miss anything?
I think there were some questions on the YouTube live stream.
All right. Hunter Murphy. Hey team, interested in growing my social follower base with high quality accounts, not just bots and fake accounts. What's the best way I can tackle that?
Good question, Hunter. I'm like, whoa, that's a good question. No, so this kind of goes back to what I was talking about before. Anytime you can get out there and participate in communities and discussions, that's going to help you grow your following, right? It's kind of something that's not always something that you can force. But by doing collaborations and joint ventures, that's how you're definitely going to get out there and grow your social following. So reach out to other people that are doing what you're doing. See if there's any opportunities to collaborate. We have another really great interview actually with DocGen Fit. So DocGen Fit is one of our most successful course creators on the Thinkific platform. And she had everything on Instagram, right? So she was really focusing on building her following. And what she did, she reached out to a lot of people who are in the similar space. So she's a mobility coach. So she reached out to other fitness professionals, found ways to collaborate. There's so many ways to do that now with things like Facebook and Facebook Lives or Instagram Lives or stories. There's tons of different ways you can collaborate, really low effort. And people out there want to help. So just be part of the community and participate. And I definitely think you can get out there and build your following.
Fantastic.
Also, yeah. Rob is the social media guru. So what would you add to that?
You know what? Actually, you know what? Sort of one answer to that is that the number of followers really isn't like such a huge, for me anyway, it's not really a big concern. It's really more the engagement. So if you have like, 100 followers, but they're all really engaged with your posts, they're commenting, they're sending direct messages, they're sharing your content, that's better than, 1,000 followers that are, maybe a handful of them are engaged with you. So like just focus on building your followers really deep. As far as like actually like getting to know them, what their pain points are, what kind of content they want to learn from you, rather than like building your followers super wide, right? Because if you had like 1,000 or 10,000 followers, and then you started getting messages and everything, like you may not even actually be prepared for that kind of traffic, totally. Or to service that big of an audience. So yeah. I mean, there's so many different ways to grow your social following, Mine is more organic. So sharing a ton of content that's helpful that people will share. YouTube is great. Pick one or two social channels and then focus on that. Don't try to do all the different social channels out there. Awesome. So hopefully that helps.
Cool. Thanks for your question, Hunter.
Yeah, thanks, Hunter. All right, Pat rocks. So she had a question. I had new folks enroll in a course and nothing happened. Is there supposed to be a trigger? Is that supposed to trigger a welcome to the course message and the welcome letter inside Thinkific, or only if we connect with a CRM?
I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but in order for it to trigger a welcome message, it's probably best to integrate with your email service provider. So I don't know what you would use for that. Lots of our course creators would use something like MailChimp integration is a good one, where you can have some kind of trigger where it's an auto fire for a welcome email.
Yep.
If you haven't set that up at all, Pat, that's definitely something that you can chat with your email provider or our support team. Our support team is phenomenal and they're always happy to help with those kind of questions. So please reach out to us and let us know if you think there's something that's not working correctly. But if you just haven't done your integration yet, that's an easy fix for that and can really help you as you continue to scale and selling more courses.
Sounds good. I'm actually going to share my screen because just to answer Pat's email here as far as like welcome emails.
Awesome.
Let me share my screen on one of our demo sites so you can see, because you should be able to send out a welcome email when anyone registers for a course for both individual courses and also now you can do it for bundles. So let me just share my screen, guys. See if this works. I think this is desktop one. Okay. Okay, so so you guys are seeing the admin dashboard for one of our demo sites. So if you go to, I believe it's Market and Sell. Wait, one sec. Where's notifications again?
Market and Sell.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, it's just a little slow. Okay, so support your students. If you go to support your students in your dashboard and you click on notifications, you'll get all the different welcome emails here. So let's see here. So you can send in notifications, so student notifications. So send students a welcome email when their account is created. You can also send weekly reminder emails. You can also then go into, if you scroll down a little bit further, course welcome emails. So specific courses. So if if each of your course has like a specific requirement, so it's like, let's say it's a live streaming course. Okay, so this one, welcome to my intro to live streaming course. I may have a little blurb about like, hey, go to zoom.com and create a free account or something like that, right? So you can have, custom welcome emails for each of your courses. And then something that's really new, I think just got launched last week, was bundle welcome emails. So in the past, when you had a bundle and someone registered for your bundle, they got all the welcome emails for each of the courses inside the bundle. But now you can actually set it up that they just get one welcome email for the entire bundle. So hopefully that helps. Pat, So just check that notification page. There might just be like a toggle that's not set properly or might be disabled. So if you can just check that on your site. If you have any questions, Pat, just send us an email. I know you're pretty connected with Patty as well. So yeah, just send us an email. We can take a look at it for you. Send us your site address and everything. We'll help you out. Okay, Hector.
So Hector has a couple questions. Thanks for your questions, Hector. Just asking about how customizable our pages are. Do we have a page builder? While you're sharing your screen,
yeah,
that's a cool opportunity.
Sure.
We'll just do a super quick kind of overview.
Sure.
I'm sure lots of you are familiar with our platform, but for those of you who aren't, we'd love to take a quick look. So yeah.
Sure. Sounds good. So yeah, if you just go up here on the top left, design your site, click on Site Builder. You can, yeah, we have a thing called Site Builder, Hector. So it's really straightforward. This one's already done. So you can create your homepage. You can create obviously your course landing pages as well, bundle landing pages. You can also edit all of your default pages. So that means your checkout pages, your sign in, your sign up pages, all course pages, student dashboards, meaning you can add sections into them. You know, let's say, you know, for example, the sign-in page, I can add, you know, right now it looks like this, right? And this is probably how you want to keep it for a sign-in page, right? People will go in, they'll create an account, and then they'll go and pay for your course. But for whatever reason, maybe you wanted to add a video, or you wanted to add an image, or you wanted to add something else to this page, then all you would need to do is click Add Section. And then you have all of these different sections that you can add in. You can add in a countdown timer. You can add in FAQ section. You can do a bunch of things, okay? If you go to, which is probably where you want to start, is your course landing pages. So if I go into my courses, these are all my different courses. And then each of them, let's say Intro to Live Broadcasting. There's my Intro to Live Broadcasting page. And I can click into any section. So let's say the banner. And I can change the headings, I can change the image, I can change the size and alignment. So I have a lot of control over all of my landing pages. So yeah, so to answer your question there, Hector, you can definitely go in there. So if you want to just play around with it, we do have a free account, free plan. So if you just go to thinkific.com and yeah, click on, let's see here. I'll open up another one. Thinkific.com. Can't type anymore. Okay, so just go to thinkific.com, top right corner, it'll say create account, and you can just get started for free. No credit card required or anything like that. Okay. Thanks, Hector. That's great. That's a really good question. Thanks, Hector. Question number 2, I use ClickFunnels for my funnels and marketing stuff. Can I still use another software for marketing and Thinkific just for the product delivery? Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, there's a lot of course creators that use Thinkific just for the course side of their business. They still run their sales funnels and everything through ClickFunnels or lead pages. Totally fine. So a lot of them, the most common practice is you would create your landing page on ClickFunnels, and then on the checkout button on ClickFunnels, you would send those people, when they click the checkout button to buy or register, to your Thinkific checkout page. And so you can do that really easily. That way, from that point on, they register on your Thinkific course site, and the whole course delivery experience is handled by Thinkific. So if you have any further questions on that, Hector, just let us know. I'm happy to help you with that as well. Pat says, thanks.
Thank you.
You found it. Awesome. Great. And Hector says, thanks. That's awesome. Yeah, awesome. Great. Let's see if there's any questions in the Facebook Live. No, I think we're good. Great, guys.
Everybody's speechless.
I think so. Yeah. So again, just like when we teach courses, it's not about how long we go, but so if we're happy to kind of wrap it up if there's no other questions from the live audience today. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, where can people send their questions in? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Well, hopefully you're all part of our incredible Facebook community. The group is an awesome place. Anytime you have questions to answer or to throw them out to the community.
Yep.
Sometimes our community will have them answered before we can even get to them, which is awesome. So thank you all. You rock. Of course, if you have any specific questions, you can always reach out to our support team. It's one of the best things about us, I think, is our incredible support team and how everybody is really invested in helping you succeed. And you can reach them at support@thinkific.com.
Support@thinkific.com.
Yeah, and you can just reach out with any kind of questions. Don't be shy. We're all here to help. And yeah, I think that's the best way to get in touch with us is through support or through that Facebook community.
Awesome. Perfect.
Yeah.
Great.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, guys. If
well,
you guys,
yeah,
thank you for joining us, and we'll be back to regular programming tomorrow with Patty. So so we'll see you guys tomorrow. I think we're going to be going live with a lady from HelloBar.com. So it's a marketing tool. So yeah, it's going to be really cool. It's going to be a good talk. So yeah, we'll see you guys. There's going to be again Facebook and YouTube lives all week until Friday, and that's the plan until about mid-December. And then we'll take a little break for Christmas, and then we'll be back in January. So in the meantime, any questions, just fire it off our way. We are in the Facebook group as well. So we'll see your comments there. All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
Bye.